I'm Tennessee La Follett, and this is Julia Pearson,
Okay.
and she's from Persia, and she brought some stuff. And the way this got started was my husband's in the unit in Rogersville, and we found out that they're deploying, and then Mount Carmel are deploying in little groups at a time, not all at once like the last time, which was a big group. They're attaching and going different places. So because of the experience of the first time, I just wanted to get people involved. Our county is spread out big, but as far as people, you know, it's a county that you'll know people all over the place. So I wanted people to get involved with this, not just groups and stuff. I wanted people. And so I went on Facebook and issued a challenge to churches, because each item we needed 500. Well, it's sort of hard for an individual person even to go buy $500 $1 things, because that's $500. So I made it a thing for the churches so they could put up what we're getting, and people could get one thing a week. And in 4 months, you know, you've got 500 if it's a small church, quicker if you've got a bigger church. So since then, businesses and churches all over our county have been helping, and we've gotten, my list is on Facebook, and I mean, we're down to not a whole lot left. And Julia's from Persia, and they brought a bunch of wipes, which is very important. You're in the desert, you can't just shower anytime. So, but we've got things like snacks, and we'll be singing care boxes, more than one. And in those boxes, we have the list of stuff. And as you can see, we've got socks, we've got chapstick, we've got wipes, we've got packs of sunscreen. And then in there, we've got some electronic stuff. We've got toothpaste, enough to send you like 2 boxes with toothpaste. And yes, they can go get this stuff on base if they're on base and not out in the field, but sometimes it's a mile away. And so, like my husband said, the more stuff you get, the less you have to run around trying to get at PXs and at stores and stuff when you're deployed. So that's our main thing, and the churches in Hawkins County have done a great job.
Which church are you guys from?
Persia Baptist Church.
Now tell me, how did you collect all this stuff?
Just the individuals, the congregation donated them
Yeah. Okay.
over a small period of time. But
What all did you bring today?
the wipes,
Yeah.
that was our designated item.
Okay.
And that's what I thought would be the easiest, rather than churches taking the list and getting this. If they would pick one item, and like tomorrow, I'm going to get 500 peanut butter from Hope, and
Okay.
then we've got 500 lateral staffing helped us with 500 socks and 500 fingernail clippers. We've got 500 chapsticks, and we even had them put their name on them. The church put their name, because when the soldiers get back, if they're having some problems, at least they can look on there and be able to reach a pastor.
Right.
And we're also doing prayer cloths.
Ah.
We're sending them to different churches for the congregation to pray over, and we're going to send little pieces of it to the soldiers to put in their wallet. And it's a prayer cloth.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Is there anything else that you want to say about this? Is there a deadline on when you can get all this stuff in?
They're going to be deploying all the way through next year,
Uh-huh.
beginning of next year.
So it just needs to be ongoing.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Now-
like she said, she brought not quite 500 wipes, but the church will keep getting them. And like one church now has drink mixes, like the little finger size that
Yeah.
you put in one thing of water, which gives them a treat. And they've got 100 so far.
Okay.
So I may get those 100 so we can put in the next boxes, and then they'll get another 100 and 100. And some are doing it like that. It was funny, we got Band-Aids from one church, Mount Vernon, I believe, and there's so many different kinds of Band-Aids in those tubs. I mean, there's little packs, big
Yeah.
packs, you know, every size you can.
Everybody brought a different kind in.
That's fine, and that's fine. We'll
Yeah.
just throw one in a box.
Right.
And I've got a friend she said she was giving her tithe for the next month or two, and she's going to buy Vaseline, little things of Vaseline, 500 of them. So, and that's, I want the soldiers to know that this county is behind them. and that they're being prayed for. And, you know, because you get in them situations, I don't care if it's good, bad, you're still away from your family, you're still away from home, and you're not in an atmosphere like in the Bible Belt in East Tennessee. You're at a place that's the opposite, and I need them to know that prayers are there. Prayers are being said. They love the soldiers enough that they're given. And the more we can spread it over this county, I mean, we've gotten bags of donations from different churches, but everything we can get helps.
Now, if somebody wants to take on an item, their agency or their church organization wants to do it, how do they do that?
Go on Facebook.
What's the site called?
It's just Tenny La Follette or Project Serve Our Soldiers.
Okay.
But Tenny La Follette gets the list.
Okay.
And you can see what's been circled.
Okay.
And that way you'll know. And it's through Project Serve Our Soldiers.
Okay. So what are you needing the most right now at this moment?
Deodorant is one thing that's not been taken. Electronics type stuff like a charging cord. And it doesn't matter if you get Android or iPhone. If somebody gets it and they've got the opposite, they'll find somebody that needs it. They'll trade. And those are two things. We got quite some stuff, but like earbuds and stuff, nobody's took those on because they're more expensive.
Right.
So I'm hoping maybe some churches can do 100.
Right.
And then another church do 100. And that's ranging from $400 to $500 for the donation. And so, you know, that's the two things that stick out the most to me is the deodorant I knew hadn't been taken.
Deodorant's expensive too sometimes.
What?
Deodorant can be expensive also.
Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
It's not as big a ones,
Yeah.
but you know, the Dollar Tree is $1.25, you know, and a lot of them are ordering on Amazon. Like some churches, instead of each person bringing something in and then them putting it together, they're getting money or putting it as a donation from the church, and then they've ordered it. Like these are little packs of sunscreen.
Oh.
Because sunscreen was $7 and $8.
Yeah.
But these are sunscreen, so you can put 2 or 3 in a pack. There's 1,000.
Okay.
It was like $200, and you can do the same thing with the bug spray, because you can't do aerosols.
Right.
It has to be because you're going on a plane.
Like lotion.
Lotion.
Yeah.
And when you look at the cheapest I could find, bug spray was like $6, $5. So these little packs will just throw them in there, and yeah, that's just 2 times, but that's that much less they have to go get.
Right.
So, and individual families will help them too, but I just want them to know that we're thinking
Every little
of them.
bit helps. It all adds up.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And so, I mean, this is sunscreen.
Yeah.
They can use it.
I'd say in the desert you're gonna need some sunscreen.
Just a little. Luckily, the uniforms cover everything but the neck and the wrists. So, you know, there's no shorts.
So your Facebook page is called Tenny La Follette?
It's just Tenny. Yeah, Tenny.
T-E-N-N-Y?
Tennie.
Okay, Tenny
La Follette.
La Follette.
L-A.
Like the town.
Follette.
Okay.
And overall, this is Project Serve Our Soldiers, and they
Right.
have a Facebook page.
Right.
But my individual one is the one with the list. And as I get stuff, I mark it off so people aren't doubling up as much.
Okay.
Which I don't care if they double up. You know, if they decide they want to do something that somebody's already got 500, we'll put 2 in a box.
Right. Do you know how many soldiers out of Hawkins County are going to be deployed, ballpark?
No. I think there's about, I just don't know.
Hundreds?
Probably total a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, we do, if you have a family member, like on my mail route, I used to carry the mail. And when my husband and her husband were deployed, you know, we would talk. Now her son is deployed.
Wow.
And so he was raised right here, went to Cherokee. He may not be stationed here right now, but he's still deployed, and his parents and sisters and brothers live here. That's a name that we want.
Right. Local people might not be here right now, might not be in this National Guard
But this
unit.
is their home,
Yeah.
right?
Might be in the Navy, might be in the Coast Guard, whatever.
Everything.
Yeah.
We just sent to the Air National Guard.
Yeah.
And that's totally different from the Army National Guard. But their group meets up in Mount Carmel on one side of that armory. So they've already left, and we've got boxes for them.
Okay.
And so, you know, anything we can get is good.
Okay. Do you want to add anything?
I'm just thankful we had this group to do it.
Do you have any personal stories? Like, I can edit this out too, but do you have any family members or people, or what was their inspiration? What was your inspiration?
Just the need.
Yeah.
Yes, the need, and we need to support them. Look at what they're doing for us.
Right. Okay.
Well, we have packed our first comfort boxes, and what we're doing now is just filling out the paperwork for the post office.
Okay.
To
How
get
many
them shipped
boxes
out?
have you got?
There are 50 right now.
Okay. And what's in these boxes?
What's not in these boxes is probably a better question. We have our New Testament Bibles in there. We have socks. We have deodorant. We have snacks. We have goodies.
Baby wipes.
We have baby wipes, lots of personal hygiene items. These boxes are specifically packed for, where they're going, and what the guys and gals need more than anything, primarily in those types of conditions. So it's pretty much a custom job, and we're grateful that we were allowed to do that because of the donations that we got. We were able to, have that type of flexibility. So that was a good thing.
Who is receiving these boxes?
These are, go ahead, Corey.
There are 30 of these boxes are going to the Army. They're no longer Army Reserve, but they deployed from the Army Reserve up in Mount Carmel. They're already in Kuwait. They were part of a communication and setup team for I don't know what, if I'm even saying it right. And then the others are for various places all over the world.
Okay.
We have our annual craft fair,
Oh, good.
and that is our largest fundraiser other than donations that come in. And this year we've rolled it over, and we're putting most of the responsibility on Raylene so she can tell you about our vendors and what else is going on.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But the purpose of it is to raise money so that we can send these boxes, because these 50 boxes alone will be approximately, isn't it $990? Isn't that what we figured?
Postage?
Just
Just
yeah,
postage?
just
Just
postage.
postage.
Right.
And
That's
and-
not including the contributed stuff.
No, that's not count. That's just to mail them.
Right.
So we're
Churches
always
that want to give money, that's a good thing too.
Right.
Like,
That's right.
we had one church that they didn't have enough people to get some, but they gave us like a $500 check.
Okay.
And that'll go toward, that's good to go toward postage.
Right.
Anybody who wants to give money, that's gonna help with postage.
Okay.
and recently we have one organization that challenged us if we made a certain dollar amount, they would match it because they know about the postage too.
Okay.
Right.
And so the craft fair, that's a big fundraiser.
Yeah, it is. That is
It is
what is
the-
for. It is. Go ahead.
Yeah, the craft fair is the biggest fundraiser that we have.
Okay. Well, tell me about it.
Projects of our
What are we gonna have going on?
Well, I tell you what, it's a special year this year. We have a lot of new vendors with us this year. We have a lot of our regulars, old-time favorites, if you will, not just of ours, but of Hawkins County as well. We have live entertainment. And our food this year is going to be provided by the American Legion Riders, Post 21. And they're doing the food this year. So it's just a good time. It's
How many vendors have you got signed up right now?
we're getting close to 30.
Okay.
Getting close to
And
30.
now, is there a fee to come in, or it's free to come in, isn't it?
It's free to come in.
Donations are accepted.
Donations are accepted. We also have a bunch of wonderful door prizes that we'll be giving away, different types of baskets and prizes and gifts. Yoga baskets, garden baskets, spa baskets. One of our biggest baskets each year is the Around the Town basket. And that is where all of the different business owners throughout Hawkins County, they donate product or gift certificates or gift cards for their businesses. And you know, I would say it's probably going to be at least $1,500 worth, if not
Wow.
more,
Okay.
this
So
year.
you put in is it like a $5 raffle ticket to get it, have a chance, or how does it
You
work?
Well,
get-
in Tennessee, we don't use the term raffle.
Okay.
In Tennessee, we use the term donation
Okay.
for a drawing,
Okay.
for a
Yes,
prize.
If you randomly make a donation, you may randomly get a
You may
raffle ticket.
You may
Exactly.
randomly get
We have had the high school kids, but we've had volunteer high school, and we have had, and part of the stuff is in here and part of it's in the other room. But volunteer high school did a challenge to all their clubs. There was a young man out there that did this. I don't have his name right now, but I can get it for you.
Okay.
And he challenged all the other after-school clubs to bring in either soap, Irish Spring soap, bars of soap, and socks. And in his case, it was only the white socks. So I'll show you all that in a moment. But then we have had all those boxes over here. Let me move this one.
I see lots of
had all
socks, Slim Jims, crackers.
Slim Jims. Well, no, that stuff we purchased, but
Okay.
all the soap and socks. This is all.
I can
and
smell
all-
that. I can smell that soap.
Yeah, it smells good, doesn't it? And then all of the Band-Aids and all kinds of stuff.
Holy cow, you got tons. You got
Yeah,
lots.
we've got boxes of stuff that came in from these kids. It's amazing. Can you see all this?
Yeah.
I mean, from now Granger High School did this, and they are still collecting, and they're calling us to come and get their stuff, which is amazing. We've got. This is just one carload. Amy's car was just filled up there. That's the liaison to the high schools, Miss Williams, and all these boxes over here. I can't pull them out. They're too heavy.
That's all right. You don't have to pull everything
Yeah.
out. I get the
But
idea.
I wanted you to be able to see what was in them.
Yeah.
And then, like we said, all the challenges came out here from the church.
So are these
And then
these totes are all full of
Yeah,
stuff?
but look at this. Can you see that?
Whoa,
That's
a good picture.
that is a good picture. This is just toothbrushes.
Uh-huh.
One box. But I mean, we've got toothpaste. It's amazing. Q-tips. These boxes are filled with all kinds of stuff. There's Q-tips just for their, all this stuff goes into their travel bags. It goes into their comfort boxes. We try to get this stuff out, but we try to get as much of the smaller items that they can put in their cargo pockets.
Oh,
Got
you gotta have the Viennese.
Gotta have the Viennese.
Yeah.
So, and then we've got 4 boxes. Oh, sorry. Were you done with that?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. And
Plenty of socks.
look at this. These are the high school kids.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
For kids to put their hearts out and go out and get this, it's just, they have hearts for soldiers. Now, the Granger High School was their ROTC program, and it was a young lady that helped to call. She called, she saw your online version of the speech that I gave to the Chamber of Commerce, and it moved her. And we are so grateful it did, because how on earth would we have ever gotten this kind of
Right.
stuff? And then Band-Aids, toothpaste. Then we've got the black socks. This is from one of the churches that, whoops, I didn't put that one on this. Oh, might already have this box up. I'm gonna find it. Anyway, this was full of black socks, and I've got more. Now I've got to figure out where they are, but there was several containers of these that were donated.
So how do you think you're fixed with stuff, knowing that there's an impending?
This is not enough.
Right.
Socks for these guys when they're over there in Kuwait, especially when they're in Kuwait and other desert type situations. Even the fellows, we do have some soldiers that are down at the border too, and they will go through 4 pairs of socks a day. In the beginning I thought it was 2, but I just recently spoke to a soldier and he said, no, I'm going through 4 pairs of socks a day, and I can't keep my feet dry from the sweat. So there's just never enough. There's never enough of anything that they need. Sunscreen. I'm just looking for the sunscreen.
Those little tubes there. What are those in those?
I can't tell if that's sunscreen or that's hand sanitizer. And our ladies are asking for because we have female soldiers. Everybody doesn't think about them and what their needs are. Our female soldiers are asking for the extra long, super. I think the super thick, that super absorbent, always pads. And I know that it may seem like an odd subject to ask for or to talk about, but that's the one thing we haven't been getting is female products, feminine products. And the baby wipes are a big help. We can never have enough baby wipes because they don't have the opportunity for shower facilities. If they get a shower once in 3 weeks, we're lucky. And we heard one of our other board members talk about that not too long ago on something that you videoed, where when you're out in the field and you're out patrolling, there is absolutely no way to get a shower. And sometimes their sweat is so thick you can break it off, the salt off. So baby wipes is real important to these folks, and we want to take care of them. They love us for that. I'm looking to see what else I've got in here.
I see.
Nail clippers, nail products, chapstick. We will never have enough chapstick, and that stuff's up here in these boxes, but I don't know if you can see all that.
Point to that box again like you just did.
Well, I've got chapstick. This is all the chapstick I've got right now. So that's chapstick. I only have 138 of those. Nail clippers and nail products to take care of themselves. I do have a few of these, but they're gonna lose them. They're gonna. I mean, it's just gonna.
They tear up.
Yeah. We are looking for earbuds for them so that when they do have some downtime, they can be able to listen to music or whatever. And we got a lot of the extension, what are those called? The cords to plug things in to charge them, extra one of those, but not enough earbuds. So we are really hoping for more earbuds for them. And then...
Have you been told when to have some boxes or some packages ready to go?
They're just grateful to get them whenever they can.
Yeah.
These, we should have been able to get these out 3 weeks ago, but we're always trying to find ways to get the 50 that we're packing today. Have been packed, and now we're addressing them. We try real hard to get stuff out as often as we can, which might be every 3 months because of the expense of, before we were purchasing everything. This time Hawkins County has really pulled in, and the neighboring counties, Granger and some from Sullivan County, have also been pitching in, but it's the people of Hawkins County that have really done an outstanding job. And so what we're trying to do is to get this stuff out. Usually it'll be about every 3 months. Now, we're not going to send, we're going to go ahead and pack our boxes and get them ready for once these large groups deploy, which they'll start deploying in October. And I don't know how many more Army reserves are converting over, and I'll get that number later. But, they're going like 30 at a time from different divisions, is it? I don't know, whatever their duties are.
Right.
And that's what they're doing in Kuwait from the Army reserves. And this is National Guard, so there is a difference. But once they deploy, they become Army and federal. They become under the federal and not state anymore, so they're not going to get a lot of help. And here's the thing about all this, and that is they're only allowed to take so much with them. And some of these young people come from families that need extra help. And our soldiers that are over there and are going, they're not going to be the ones to be able to have extra pairs of socks, to have extra things that they need. They're not going to be able to have all that. And it's on us to try to help them out, because can you imagine not being able to have 4 pairs of socks to go through that and have only 1 pair, squeeze it out and put them back on, not even have a chance to dry except when you're sleeping? That's terrible. So that's what we're all about. And the regular toiletries and things, they're going to run out. What they have is an exchange, but a post exchange, but they don't have a commissary. They don't have all that where they're going.
Okay.
Well, if the community doesn't come out and support our craft fair, then one, we won't have enough donations because the donations will come through during that time. When they're coming through to support these vendors are also helping us. When they're coming, and by the way, in the craft fair, it's not just, we have more than just Project Serve Our Soldiers going on. We have veterans supporting this. We have veterans organizations, combat veterans of, combat veterans of Kingsport, I can't remember the whole name of it. And they're going to be here. They're going to have their own booth selling goodies, but they are also, so they understand, they've been there and they know what's going on. And when they found out what we're doing, they jumped on board. And then the concession, who is run by, each year, every 2 years, we give our concession to, and for 2 years, we give our concession to a veterans group or someone who's helping in the community. We prefer to give it to someone who's serving veterans or active military. But at the same time, we want to make sure that they're serving the community too. So that's where we give our concession. That's who's cooking all the food and doing all that. So those are veterans that you're serving as well, not just us.
Who's doing that this year?
This year it is, sorry to say Project Serve Our Soldiers. This year it is the American Legion, Post 21 Legion Riders. That's the motorcycle group.
Okay.
So that we're going to have a lot of motorcycles up here because the combat veterans group that's going to be here, they are motorcycles. So we're going to make sure there's plenty of motorcycle parking, and bikers are welcome. When you come in early, there'll be coffee and all of that, and there'll be lunch and soft drinks and snacks and whatever you can ask for. I think Friday the 5th, they're going to also be doing bean soup and cornbread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which seems to be everybody's favorite.
Why not?
Yeah. So you get a hearty meal,
Yeah.
and that will be the American Legion that's doing that.
Okay.
So-
Alrighty. Well, is there anything else you want to say about what's going on?
When you come here and when you come and support Project Serve Our Soldiers, you are supporting your active military who are serving on your behalf to keep you safe. That's the most important thing that you need to know. And every dime that we get from that Project Serve Our Soldiers gets goes back to our soldiers. We have no paid employees. We are all volunteers straight to the top.
No overhead.
No overhead, and the reason why is we've been gifted the space that we're using by the people that we're serving, and so we have no overhead. It's a wonderful thing. So when you come to the Rogersville Armory on April 5th and 6th, the hours are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The doors are open to the public. And just remember to carry a little extra cash with you so you can buy one of those donation tickets for those wonderful door prizes.